I said something last week which I still think is interesting, Colonel West. I'd like to run it by you and my audience. I said there's almost a silver lining at this point to having a weak pacifist president in the White House in one regard. If we had had McCain in there, we might be at war. I think he could have launched B-1 bombers on the Russian troops by now, which could have led to World War III, which is an interesting scenario, but certainly plausible. I want to know, in your mind, first of all, I don't think we have any business in the Balkans. I don't think one American life should be lost for Crimea or for Ukraine. I've said that for weeks now. There's no national security interest here, none. Do you agree with that?
Well, I have to disagree about the national security interest because I'm looking at it from a strategic positioning. And no one is saying that we have to go to war with them, but as Ronald Reagan talked about peace through strength, your military can be a deterrent and keeping people at bay and letting them know that you are serious about protecting and defending your alliances. So I would say that the very simple things, if you have the missile defense shield in place that Obama canceled, if you can expand the NATO membership, if you can have some joint military-to-military exercises with some of these countries, especially some of those Baltic states, that's where we need to move away from the old Cold War mindset of Europe and pre-positioned forces that we had to now a more of a power projection force where we can go and we can do, like I said, military training. But when you are sitting back and taking these options off the table, and your military is one of many different options, diplomatic, informational, economic, then you're letting a bully, a dictator such as Putin know that I'm going to be able to run roughshod. And I hate to say it, but this has an incredible parallel to the 1930s when Sir Neville Chamberlain didn't do anything. They gave Sudetenland over to Hitler. Then the next thing you know, he went right straight into Czechoslovakia and then Poland. So, weakness can be enticing to some people.
Well, but do you actually think Putin's going to take Estonia and Poland? I don't.
Well, see, this is the thing. The military teaches you to prepare for the enemy's most dangerous course of action, and that's what you should prepare for. Vladimir Putin said, "I have no intentions of going into Crimea or annexing," and look what happened. He did. He has no respect for us, and really he has no respect for the West. He sees this as a time to reaffirm the Soviet empire that he said was, the greatest disappointment for him in the 20th century was its collapse. So
well, you're a military man, and I respect your view. I'm sorry, you are a military man, so I would expect you to see it differently than I do, Colonel West. But truthfully, I don't think Crimea is our business.